Luckily, we're only staying like 5 minutes away from the Manatees, which is pretty exciting. We're staying at like Citrus Farms or something in
Sweet Acres Citrus, I think, something like that.
In Crystal River. So if you're ever staying, it's a really short drive.
And it's really nice here.
We need to be at the Manatee place about 15 minutes early.
Yep.
And we're really excited. We're all checked in. Leave in 5 minutes.
The first part of our tour was about a 15-minute intro with our guides, where we also got a safety briefing on how to interact with the manatees once we see them in the water. We also learned some fun facts about manatees, like how their closest living relative is actually an elephant.
Okay, so we just got done with the safety briefing. Got our wetsuits, we gotta put them on in the bathroom here, so I'm not gonna record that. Not that it's a race or anything, but I totally put mine on before Haley.
Okay, I like went to the bathroom and everything, so.
How you feel?
Excited, ready, a little nervous, I'm cold.
We're filming on a GoPro today, so let us know if the quality's any better.
Everyone was then loaded onto these really cool manatee buses, where we took a quick 3.5-minute ride over to the boats. This is where we met our boat guide, Carlo, and he gave us another safety tour about how to put on a life jacket properly before taking us on a 15-minute cruise to Three Sister Springs. Once we got there, it was pretty clear that we were not the only ones who were going to be diving with the manatees today, but we were still super excited.
How you doing?
I'm cold and excited.
It's a little chilly.
Do you see it?
And within minutes, we saw our first manatee.
From what our guide said, seeing manatees this close and this friendly is really rare, especially this far from the spring. However, he did say that the water is more murky today than it has been in the past because there's actually so many manatees sitting in this area. And when they swim, they kick up all the dirt and debris off the bottom of the spring, and that is why the water looks so murky.
This is crazy.
That manatee was staring at us for like what felt like 10 minutes. It was so
You
cool.
just like start drifting into them. You feel kind of bad if you're not supposed to touch them, but they said it's okay if it's like accidental.
The clarity's not super great, but it's supposed to get better when we get back into the spring. So we've been told. Also, to move around, you're supposed to do little doggy paddles. You're not supposed to kick. That can scare the manatees.
No, we don't want that. There's a manatee right underneath me, so I'm trying not to move very much. Ooh, that was a noise.
Well, that was cool. One just made some noise, but we got separated from our group. We're over here. It's because Haley's being attacked by a manatee.
I'm going to get that.
And they're over there. They're the blue noodles. Once we got into the spring, the water was much more clear. And we even found this very affectionate manatee that wanted to give me a hug. Unfortunately, he pulled me into the water a little bit here, so I choked on a little bit of water, but I'm okay. That one was just like hugging me. It was pretty cool.
Manatee like swims directly underneath me. I kind of like bumped him on accident, and he like right into me with his face.
It's really cool, and maybe we'll get an interaction with one later. But to say it was really cool, I had to watch him up and like hug my arm and everything. It kind of pulled me underwater a little bit, which is a little weird. But
It is colder here.
yeah, and now we're getting out of the spring, which is 72 degrees. Our guide told us many times. And the water gets colder as you leave from it, so the water's getting a little chilly. One thing we noticed is the water was really clear in the spring.
Yeah.
Clearer, but they said it's really murky because there's actually so many manatees.
Which is interesting. I think they're stirring up all the sediment and stuff.
Yeah. So they also said that coming in the morning is better because they tend to be in that area.
And I think because it's colder, they go to the springs more whenever it's cold.
Because 72 is warm compared to the rest of the water.
They will apparently die if it's like they'll freeze to death if it's 65. So 65 or lower. So they are trying to stay warm and being here.
Yeah. And there's our boat guide. Yay, Carlo! Well, after our little 15-minute boat ride back into the marina,
It was a little chilly.
it was a little cold, but he got some hot chocolate, but he doesn't drink hot chocolate.
I don't like hot beverages.
And then we dropped off our wetsuits, and we made it back.
Yep.
So now we just gotta take a warm shower, which is gonna be really nice.
And get into some dry clothes.
It's gonna be really nice. It was a really awesome experience, probably one of the more
fun.
unique animal encounters we've ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, they just got like right up in your face. It was so cool. Our guide was pretty nice too. He told a couple of dad jokes.
We told him some new ones.
Yeah, which he appreciated. And would definitely recommend it. If you are gonna go in the morning.
Yep.
They said that it clears out as the day goes on.
And we did the shorter tour, which was like 2 hours or so, but with the boat ride and getting dressed and all that, it felt like less time. So I would recommend the longer tour, and we would do the longer tour next time.
Yeah, I totally agree. So hope you enjoyed it.